Ladies, gents, welcome back to the shop. Today I'm going to show you how I milled up my own olive wood, and we're going to be making an awesome table lamp. Woo! So here we are, we're taking the Harbor Freight chainsaw and we're milling up our own lumber. One of the pieces was really irregularly shaped, had to make a square out of that one. And just FYI, you have to be really careful when milling up your own lumber. You have no idea what's stuck in the side of these things. Alright everybody, so as promised, it's Saturday morning and I've taken my Laguna, or my blown up Laguna Revo 1836, loaded it into the back of my truck, and I am returning it to its rightful owner. I'm going to put a link to what happened to my Revo in the description of this video below. Dropping this thing off was a great way to start my Saturday. Here I am, I'm pulling into Woodcraft, also as promised, and today I'm going to be going home with the Nova Galaxy DVR 1644. Woo! So I was in a bummer situation and I ended up fixing that. It took a couple hours, but I got it done. I am a pretty persistent person. Let's get this thing put together. So I've got the body of the Nova upside down on a couple 4x, and I'm placing the legs where they're supposed to go on top of the lathe body there. Go ahead and grab your 8 screws and lock washers and get the legs properly attached to the lathe body. Remember, 4 screws per each leg. Pretty simple. Now it's time to clean the top. I've got my once a year car polish, and I'm gonna shine this baby up. Alright, so here's my 2 cents. Always replace the nuts or screws at the end of your lathe beds. Don't be that person that throws that thing onto the ground. Alright, sweet. Here we go, guys. Moment of truth. Let's see if these 2 points line up. Perfect. Boom. So when I bought my lathe, they threw in these casters. I do not recommend buying these. Thank God I got them for free. I'm taking them off. So here I am, I'm getting my lathe ready to chuck up that giant piece of olive wood that broke the Laguna Revo. I'm attaching it to the Nova Galaxy, and I'm going for gold here. Let's go, let's get this done. Guys, we did it, I'm back. So I've got this thing all assembled. I put the 6-inch faceplate that my new Nova Galaxy DVR lathe came with. I just went ahead, I centered that as best as I could, screwed it in, used 6 screws there, all 1.5 inches. I brought my tailstock over, clamped it in place, got everything. Are you guys ready to kick this thing on for the first time? I sure am. Woo! Here we go. Go ahead, hit the power switch. Emergency stop is on. We'll go ahead, turn that to the right to release it. It's got some amazing little music that it plays you. It lets you know about all the warnings. Let's go ahead. So when this thing turns on straight out the gate, it starts at 500 RPM. I don't want to spin this that quickly. I don't know how centered I got my faceplate here, so I'm going to go ahead, hit F1. That says ready to run at 250. I'm going to hit on. Boom. There it is. Absolutely quiet and flawless. Here we go. All I gotta do, I gotta sharpen my tools, and this bad boy got himself a new lathe. Alright, so here to start, I've just got my sharp gouge, and I'm just truing this piece of olive back up. Alright, so here's a lamp that I had. This was the shape that I'm going for. I'm just doing a little bit of layout here, but I'm actually increasing the size all the way around. So down here at the bottom, I'm shooting for about 8 inches, right up near the top. I'm going to have it taper down to about 5 inches. From there, I'm going to have a 2-inch cove that's going to kind of V out to the top where the socket's going to come out of the top of this thing. Alright, so if you're a beginner like me, it's always good to lay your projects out and try to follow your lines as best as you can. That's what I'm doing here. I'm using my gouge, I'm using my parting tool, and I'm just kind of working all the segments down as best as I can and trying to keep the workpiece even. Alright my friends, remember, stay sharp. Alright, so here I am continuing to work the taper on the lower half of this thing down, using the parting tool to keep, I guess, the upper half of this project separated from the bottom half. Here I've grabbed my gouge, I'm working on that cove from either side and clearing out the material in the middle. And then I'm just using my gouge to create that V shape at the top of the lamp here. The shape of this thing, it's coming to life. Woo! Now I've grabbed my skew chisel. I'm going to throw in a couple beads down at the bottom. I was going to do 2 at the top, but decided to take 1 away. Alright, so here's the fun part. I got these really long drill bits over at the Harbor Freight. This is where the Nova Galaxy DVR 1644 kicks ass. It's got a 44-inch span between centers, so using a large drill bit like this and boring out your lamps, super easy. Alright, here we're just dressing the top of the lamp. Adding a little scoop there. And the fun begins. Here I've got some 100 grit paper in the sandpaper, and I'm going to sand away. Down to 220. Woo! Down to 320. Down to 400. Woo! Ladies, gentlemen, the sanding is done. I've got 2 coats of sanding sealer on this beautiful olive wood. And this grain is absolutely to die for. It is beautiful. Left 2 little defects here. I think they give the piece some character. I really like that. Now it's time to finish this bad boy. And we're going to be using friction polish. Woo! This stuff goes on fast, it goes on clean, and it dries instantly. I'm going to put a link down in the description. I want you guys at home to make this. So I've concocted it in another video. I want you guys to watch it and make it at home. Now let's go ahead. Let's grab our friction polish. Let's grab our shop towel. Let's get this bad boy shined up. Alright, so this process is pretty easy. Just pour a tiny bit on a shop towel there. Press it firmly with your fingers, work it all the way up and down the piece, and when your fingers start getting hot and feel like they're burning, you're done with the first coat. Now that is a rock star finish, guys. That is gorgeous. Wow. Alright. Super fast, super easy. I just did 5 coats in like 5 minutes. Awesome. Let's get this thing flipped around. Let's get the bottom finished out. Let's get the electric installed. Let's get this gift wrapped. Ladies, gents, our gorgeous olive lamp is almost done. We've got the holes cut for the cord. We got the bottom set up, ready to go. Let's go ahead, let's get the electrical together. So I started with a threaded insert of this thing. The threaded insert doesn't necessarily have to be as long as the lamp. I actually did about half the size of the lamp. That's pretty sufficient. It had a really snug and tight fit. Here I'm just getting the lamp body in place. Now I've got the wire. I'm going to go ahead, feed it through. I utilized that bottom knot there. That's where I drilled the hole through the side. That way my lamp could sit evenly on a table. So it just feeds through that knot, fed it, pushed it up through the top, connected my 2 pieces. You just connect either or to either or side per the instructions. Snap that in place and plug it in. You've got power. Get your shade on and you're good to go. Ladies, gentlemen, the project is done. The olive lamp turned out phenomenal. The lathe, I was actually really impressed with the lathe. I'm going to do a little early review on it. So this is the Nova Galaxy DVR 1644 that I turned this giant piece of olive wood on. And it did great. I've got a 16-inch swing here. I've got 44 inches between centers, so there's plenty of room here. The lathe, it weighs about 430 pounds, so it's not light. It's sturdy, it's stout, it's got a lot of power. I've got a 1 3/4 horsepower motor here. Everything is electronic. There are no gears and belts that drive this. It's basically a motor and a spindle. So maintenance on the equipment here, there is none, which I like. Everything is electronic. It's got a DVR, which I like. It's a little more reliable than the DFD. And it's got a lot of bells and whistles. Here on the tool rest, everything is metal, machined, not plastic, which I like. Both on the banjo and the tailstock. Comes with a 6-inch faceplate, which is phenomenal. The bigger, the better. But this lathe, fully customizable. When you kick it on, you could start, I guess the F1 straight out the gate. 250, 500, 1000. I forget what F4 is, but I think it's like 2000 plus. So you got a huge range. This thing can go from 100 to 5000 RPM. So that's kind of the nitty-gritty of the lathe. It handled this piece wonderfully. Had no issues out the gate. I was really happy with how it turned. There was plenty of power, didn't bog down. I was really impressed. Guys, this lathe has made me happy and I've made a beautiful lamp. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Merry Christmas. Woo!